Hey guys, how's it going? It's a Thursday morning, and as you can see, it's a rainy day. We've got a 7:45 block. It's now 7:15. I'm gonna make my way. As I said, efficiency, get there early. Let's go. Let's see how today is gonna pan out. 4-hour slot. Hopefully if we can finish in 2 hours, I'm happy. But to be honest, as long as we finish early, you should be happy. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it's 7:33, we're checked in, waiting to get in. Hopefully we get in. As I said, the efficiency is about getting in, loading up and getting out as soon as possible. Right, it's 7:34 and we're actually moving, which is great because then we can get in. My 4-hour slot, 7:34. Let's just get in, load up, and let's see what time we get out of here. The aim is to get out of here before 7:45 to be as efficient as possible. But also it's about potluck. Let's see what route we're gonna get. Just finished, 32 parcels collected, 7:41. Just scanning now. Still got 4 minutes. Hopefully the other guys are still packing, so that's another problem. You have to wait until they finish as well. So hopefully let's get through this. So let's see our route. So Southall, bloody hell. See, this is one of those bad areas simply because it's early morning shift. So we're gonna be in sort of rush hour going to Southall. But the good thing with Southall, as you can see here, most of them are houses. That's always a plus point. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, bloody hell, I spoke too early. 5 apartments so far that I'm seeing, 6 apartments. I mean, it's not too bad. Let's hope that it's gonna be an easy run. But the aim is to get out of it. We've got 3 minutes to get out of it. But unfortunately, it looks like these guys are gonna take time. The number one question people ask me is that what navigation system do we use to get out and get to our routes? I'm going to show you the difference and what I do. So if we click on our first route, right? So if we go with the Amazon app, it says 27 minutes to the location, 4 parcels. Now let's go back. And if we click on it again, and this time we say Google Maps, right? Let's see the difference. So Google Maps says 37 minutes, an extra 10 minutes. So let's go back again, and let's go Waze, and let's see what Waze says to us.
We're all set. Let's
so Waze
go.
is saying 36 minutes. So technically speaking, this is saying 27 minutes. So it's better to go with the Amazon app. So just for today, I'm going to test, right? As soon as we take off, I'll go with the Amazon app, and let's actually see if it's 27 minutes. All the other apps, Google Maps and Waze, said an extra 10 minutes on top. So obviously if I go with this map and this navigation system, it's going to save me time, which is perfect, which is exactly what I want. It's all about efficiency. But does it actually really work? We're going to be testing this today. Now I know the answer to this, but we're going to test it today to show you what actual navigation system works best. Ultimately, guys, it's preference, right? Today we're going to do a test to see if we go with the Amazon app, are we going to get there in 27 minutes? We're going to time everything and actually see, is it correct? Now, there's plus and minuses in relation to every single navigation system. What I find, generally speaking, with navigation systems is that they're not fully updated. You go down roads which have got roadworks or dead ends, or these new bloody signs where you got like resident restriction zones that you can't drive in at certain times of the day, and I've got endless amount of fines, and none of the navigation systems recognize these elements, and you end up getting fined. So you have to always be observant anyway. Navigation systems are really good as a guide to get from one place to another place, but in terms of ensuring you don't get fined and enter roads which you shouldn't be entering and so on and so forth, keep your eyes open and don't rely on a navigation system. Anyway, let's check it out. Let's test with the Amazon navigation system and see how far we get to. It's now 7:46, we're late, and we're late because of this guy here. He's just taking his time. That's what I'm saying about efficiency. It's like slow motion. It's like a snail. I mean, come on, man. You want to earn money and get out. This guy is like slowly checking everything, and God knows what the hell he's doing. But because of him, we're held up. Otherwise, we could have left here. It's 7:46. You see? Now he's impacting my shift. Dude, it's really getting on my nerves now. I feel like going there, helping him. Seriously, why does he have to be so slow? And it's very clearly got no organization, doesn't know what he's doing. Honestly, look at him. I mean, he likes to waste time rather than earning money. I'm all packed up, ready to go. I've got everything in order. Now I'll show you the system in a separate video. Obviously can't cover everything in one video. You just guys will get completely tired of me. But yeah, we'll show you how to organize your shipments to be the most efficient in another video. We're finally getting out. It's 7:49, which is not good, 4 minutes late, but you know, we were held up by a slow coach. So we're gonna make up time now, get there early, let's be efficient. Now I'm gonna press the navigation system. It's 7:49, so save 7:50. So we should get there by 8:27. Let's see. Obviously it's traffic, guys. But yeah, hopefully we'll get there by 8:17. And if we get there by 8:17, then that means that the navigation system of Amazon Flex is really good because you're saving a lot of time. What I found, guys, is that sometimes it like switches over between the apps, which one is better on which day. It's like, I don't know, it's strange. But anyway, we're gonna test, today's mission is to test the Amazon Flex navigation system. I'll go into more detail in another video about the system itself, but today we're just gonna simply test and see if we get there on time. Because it's all about efficiency. I want to put my seatbelt on, Jesus Christ. And by the way, guys, I wear glasses, yes. When I'm driving, I wear glasses, so you're gonna have to put up with it. Anyway, it's raining. I know it's gonna be shitloads of traffic on the A406, but anyway, obviously comply with the law, don't speed, and hopefully we can get there and crack on. We're stuck in traffic, just our luck. But let's see, hopefully we'll still get there. I mean, it's saying 23 minutes now, so we're gonna be a little bit late, but hopefully we can make up for it on the clear roads. Let's see how we progress. Guys, so we're almost there. So you can see stop number 2 is ahead on this road, and then stop number 3 is coming backwards. So that's when we say about being efficient. What we want to do is when we go to block number 2 is to turn the car around so we're ready to go back down the road to stop number 3. Hopefully we'll get there. We're late, but it wasn't down to the navigation system. It was just a bloody car that had a breakdown on the A406. But let's see what time we get there. We're almost there. But yeah, this is about efficiency. Planning ahead, looking at what you have. Make sure, as I've said before, you look at the notes as well on the shipment. So over here we click, you can see, are there any notes? Nothing there, so we're good to go. Let's get to our first stop. Use the tools provided by Amazon. So you can even see here, this symbol here means turn back. So it's telling you in advance that you need to turn back to get to stop number 3 over here. So that's what we're planning to do. Go in here, do a U-turn, park this way, deliver, and then go on. Benefits of using Amazon navigation as opposed to the rest is that you actually get finger point directions. So you can see number 64 is highlighted, so you exactly know when you're outside the door. With other apps you don't get that. That's one of the benefits of using the Amazon navigation system. In addition to, obviously, in my opinion, now we can reveal, despite us being a little bit late because of the accident, the Amazon navigation system for me is far better than Waze or Google Maps. For whatever reason, it gets you there faster. And the most important thing is that you can utilize these features here. In particular, this is going to help you a lot, where it highlights the route. When you get to like office blocks or apartment blocks and there's several beside each other, it will highlight which one it is, and then you know where to go rather than walking around trying to find it, which is really, really good tool. So we finally got here, a little bit late, but that's simply down to the accident. So let's crack on and let's finish. Guys, so we just finished 10:20, so 2 hours, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. I mean, that's not too bad. Still finished early. I've got 2 returns, so I need to go back and return it, which is a bummer, but as you know, I live right next door to Amazon, so it's not too bad. Yeah, but yeah, we finished early, that's a good thing, so we were efficient. However, it was a damn difficult block. So guys, that was a difficult block. First of all, it was a mission to get here. As you saw, it was traffic. Considering the traffic, it wasn't too bad, but the main issues that we faced, and I want to share these experiences with you, is mainly to do with grouping of deliveries. So Amazon are supposed to, with their app, it's supposed to be intelligent enough to group deliveries so they're in sequence and together. And today I had 2 occasions where I had to repeatedly go back to the car, come back, go to the car, come back 3 times for a block of apartments, when they could have just on the app told me that there's 5 shipments for 1 building, rather than blocks of 2 shipments, then going back for 1, then going back for another 2. As you can imagine, you're going up and down, up and down, up and down, when I could have just gone straight in with all 5 parcels. The worst thing is that after I completed that, I went off to deliver at a house around the corner, and then it sent me back again to the same apartment block. So that can piss you off sometimes, and that's a technical fault from Amazon, and you'll face that quite a lot. The other challenges that we face is customers who just don't give enough information. Remember I told you, be efficient, check the instructions. A lot of customers, as I told you, just don't leave any instructions, and if they do leave instructions, it makes your life so much more easier. So I had, for example, 2 shipments today on a parade, apartments above a parade of shops. So naturally you park up and you're going along the parade of shops looking for the apartment entrance, but then you realize that actually it's at the back. And then when you go to the back, it's got 2 or 3 entrance points with no signage. So you literally go up and down, around the corner. I mean, you're just spending like literally 5-10 minutes at one delivery when you could have just done it in like 1 or 2 minutes. It's those types of things that hold you up. Parking is always a problem, particularly in areas which are congested. And it was really busy in Southall today. So that was a struggle. So I had to keep finding parking spaces and trying to be efficient, looking at the map, looking at next locations and trying to park in between, and just walking it. So today was challenging. It was a hustle. The problem that we face is in apartment blocks, a lot of customers just don't bother to tell you which floor they're on. I mean, it's not difficult, right? Just to say in the instructions, we're on the 5th floor, 4th floor, because a lot of apartments don't have the signs at the entrance of the lifts, which is just completely mental. Then the other problem is you get into the building, you go to the right floor, and then when you come out the lift, you expect to see a sign to tell you, for example, flat 5, 6, 7, 8 this way, flat 8, 9, 10 that way. And there's nothing. So you end up walking, all the way around just to find the apartment. I can tell you so many stories, but you just have to get used to it. In the new modern apartment blocks, they've got signage, so that's good news. Now, the number one question always asked as well from me in messages is, should we leave parcels with a concierge in apartment blocks? I would advise not to, because if you do, you're going against the customer instructions, because you need to check the instructions of the customer. If the customer has said in the instructions, leave it with concierge, then perfect. But if they're saying deliver to my door, then you need to deliver to their door. If you leave at the concierge and that shipment gets stolen or whatever reason, it just goes against you in your ratings, and there is no argument, there's no defense, there's nothing you can do. So my advice is, don't try and do what a lot of drivers do, just drop it off as soon as possible, which you would love to do, just drop it and go. If the notes say drop at reception or give that option, then great. Otherwise, don't do it. Some advice for you as well: always take notes of difficult shipments that you have, i.e., for example, you go to deliver a package, it says deliver to customer directly. You phone the customer, and the customer says, well, leave it outside my doorstep. In that case, obviously you choose selection front door and you take a picture. Always write a note in your diary of that date, that time, and that shipment, just to cover yourself, right? Because if the customer then later claims that I didn't receive my shipment, right, how are you going to prove that you had a phone call with that customer? And don't forget, when on the ratings, when they deduct any points in terms of ratings and they say due to non-delivery, right, they never tell you what day or what shipment it is. It's just Amazon information only. It's crazy. They don't tell you anything. They don't say, oh, it's because of this shipment. They tell you the day, but that's it. They don't tell you which shipment it was, which customer it was, which location it was. They say, oh, that's private information, which is crazy because you're deducting points or reducing my ratings because of a customer claiming they didn't receive a shipment, and I should have the right to defend myself. Amazon don't see it that way. So definitely in such cases, when the customer, you phone them and they give you instructions which are outside the scope of the registered option or registered instructions on the delivery note, always write some notes, because if you get an email or you get deductions or you get your ratings are dropped because of a non-delivery on a certain day, you can go back to your notes and see exactly what happened, and then you can then send an email to Amazon Flex support with the information that you have in reference to the date that they've registered against you for non-delivery, and you can give your explanation. And that will help you to basically defend yourself, and then the likely chances are that Amazon will not strike you on that. Basically, they will basically ignore the strike or ignore the original deduction from your ratings. So always keep notes. I always keep a note on my mobile in the notes app of the date, time, address, and just say I phoned customer said leave it in the shed. Done. That way at least you have some record. Otherwise the ratings app will say your dashboard will say non-delivery, and it will say the date, and that's it, nothing else. And how are you going to remember 1 week later which delivery it was, what address it was? How can you defend yourself? You've got nothing to defend. So that's my number one advice. Anyway, it was a difficult block. However, we worked efficiently. And because we worked efficiently, we still managed to finish within 2 hours and 30 minutes, I think it was. Yeah, 2.5 hours for a 4-hour block. Not too bad. Anyway, keep subscribing, guys. If you've got any comments or any questions, put it in the comment section below. Otherwise, watch out for my next post.